All right, folks, let's kick off another fun one. So this is the Actions Deep Stack Tournament at the Actions Card House in Ontario, Oregon. If you're in the Treasure Valley, this is a excellent tournament. It's a $300 buy-in, usually 50 to 54 entrants. Got a lot of rebuys kick in, so your first place is usually around $5,000 to $7,000. It's a really good tournament to get into and try to spin up. So let's see some cards and do some reviews and have a good time. All right, let's kick right into a error on my part. Didn't just hit the record button. Nice. So ace three offsuit. Um, we're gonna defend on this one on the big blind and just see a flop on a small raise. It is a 600 raise, so this is early in the tournament. You're gonna try to see more hands. So comes out 247. Nice little gut shot to a straight. Pre-flop aggressor is going to go for 2K. This doesn't hit his range very often, and I think we can either bluff future streets or maybe hit her straight and see what we can do. So he leads out for 2,000. Like I said, we're gonna make the call. See a turn. Turn comes out a king. Not great for us. We're gonna go check, and they're gonna check back really quickly. So that's a weird one. Um, Doesn't matter because River's a big five. We are sitting here with the wheel now, looking good. And how much do we want to go? Do we get greedy? Do we go small? Um, there's about 5K in the pot. Let's go moderate to small. So we go 3,000 on the river. Doesn't take long for him to call. So I think we could have honestly gone bigger. I've probably lost a little bit of value on this one. But Will's going to take it down. Nice hand. Move on to the next. And unfortunately, we don't get a reveal on what he had. All right, on to the next. We are under the gun with King Queen offsuit. Make a pretty standard opening bet 700. Early position, you gotta, you don't want to go too big. But middle position decides on a call. Big blind also calls. So we're gonna go three ways to a flop on this one, and see if we can't bank. Comes out Queen 4-3 rainbow. Nice little hit. Let's continue and get some value now. So 1100. Middle position decides on a quick fold, and big blind decides on a call. So turn comes out a 7 of hearts. We're gonna just do some pot control. Check. River comes out a 10 of diamonds. He's gonna lead out for 2,500 on this small little weakness, I think, and it's time to prove that we're not weak, right? So let's put in a teeny little raise on him and see where he's really at. Go to 6,000, get a quick snap fold. So looks like we really were hoping on a call there and didn't get it. And nice to scoop a pot early on. On to the next. All right, we're sitting over here on the button. Queen 7 suited. Beautiful little hand to close the action with. So let's sit in position with this hand on 700. Small blind's going to get in there too. We're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 ways. Wow, this should go well for us. Flop comes out queen, queen, queen. Bang! What a stupid game, right? Uh, we, we are in ultimate last position with quads, guys. So let's try to capitalize on this. Goes check to the middle position, makes it 2,000. We're sitting here over here just hoping everybody calls, right? Nothing to do for us when it comes to us but a call. We are setting a trap, folks. So 2,000 called, small blind calls, big blind calls. We're 4 ways somehow with quads. Turn comes to 3. Small blind is going to somehow lead out this time. So small blind leads out, big blind calls as well. Middle position has a decision to make here, and I don't know what everybody has. Middle position calls too. We are never raising here, not until the river. So 2,000 is called. River comes out a 7. We now have a full house to go with our quads. Small blind opens for 2 again. Big blind, they decide on a fold this time, so they're out of their middle position. clicks in a call of 2,000, and we are going to unleash a little bit. So we don't want to go too big. We don't want to scare me off, but we're getting value here. So 13,000 into the middle. Small blind does not take long. Does not take long for a flat call, and middle positions gonna be folding. They This is an absurd hand. I don't understand how it played out like this. We share quads. Quads are obviously good. Small blind has kings. They were getting trappy pre-flop with kings. Thought they'd be able to capitalize on that, and somehow flatted that river with second nuts. Like it's usually queens or nothing, right? So good flat, very good flat. On to the next. All right, down the street a few hands. We've got 6-4 offsuit. It's a defendable hand. You know, it's not raised. Let's just see a flop. Going cheap. Kind of assess. But like I said earlier, you'd see more hands, win more hands. That's the key to this game, man. It's stupid. A lot of people will fold these junk hands, but 6-4 off, suited, offsuited gappers even. Suited gappers are better. Suited offsuited gappers, that's just fine. Let's just try to win this one. So we're going to bet at 1,000. There are heart on the flop, by the way. It is an ambitious bet. I do have a heart. I have 4 hearts. We get called in 2 spots, so that's interesting. And worrying. So I think we need to be careful here. Turn is a fade. And I don't think there's much value here. Let's just go ahead and check it through. River is a heart. So we've got a flush. We do check. We do have a flush. There is a bet of 2,000. There is a call of 2,000 ahead of us. It is such a cheap bet, though. Like, if we have the only flush here, we're good sometimes. So we're going to call. We're going to see the good news. No one has a heart. Emergency flush activated. Let's rip in a nice little pot that we should have lost. So, nice. On to the next. All right, so a little while later, we're on the small blind. It is folded around to the button. Button limps in. I don't think so. You know, these are the hands where you try to steal the pot. These are great steal the pot hands. So let's go big, 2,100. Big blind goes ahead and folds right away. So we got his money already. Button decides on a flat call. So in this scenario, you should be able to get a fold on most hands on any dry flop. So comes out ace. It's clean living. 2 low cards. We go a small continuation of 2,000 and get a snap fold. And the more you can do these, the more you can drag these little ones in that people aren't fighting for in a tournament, the higher chances of winning are. Case in point, here we are with Queen 4 of diamonds. We're on the button. This is sometimes a fold from some people, but easy to defend. Nobody raise. This is a 300. Let's see a flop and just see if we can't smash it, you know. So it's gonna come out pretty good for us. Queen, king, deuce, 1 diamond. Obviously, we have an overcard to our pair, but on these limped in ones, there's not a lot of huge hands, right? So yeah, there's some kings burst in. We can still see a turn though. So bets 15 out, called 15 out. We're gonna go ahead and see a turn also with 1,500. So pot's getting a little bit bigger. We're almost at 6,000 in the middle already. Turn comes a 5 of diamonds. So if we thought we could get away on the flop, I don't think we can ever get away on the turn. Original Razor decides to go pretty big, meaty, goes full pot. 6,000 is the bet. I didn't come here. I didn't get a flush draw to fold. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna see a river here. So pot's ballooning up. We're at 17,900, almost 18,000 in the middle. And what comes on the river but a big 9 of diamonds? So we have a flush. There's better flushes out there, obviously. We have to assess what he does, and he goes 20,000. It's meaty. It's not small. He could have a flush here too. We're not folding. Let's be honest. We're gonna flick it in, see what we got. He had a king, overvalued it, and got wrecked. So scooping in a nice pot. He's a little upset that he played the way he did, but we're very happy that he did. So scooping in a very, very nice pot off of a very, very crappy hand. So you gotta win these little ones. Okay, off the first break, we are sitting at about 155,000 chip stacks, starting at 60,000. That is a really nice chip up on our first break. So, great spot to be in. We are just in continuing building mode. We don't need to be struggling. We don't need to be over bluffing at this point. We just need to be building. So, back to it. Okay, so first hand back from break, I have 7-9 offsuit. It's limped around to me. We got a couple limpers, and you know what we got to do? We got to punch the limpers. Can't be flattened, can't be folding. So we're gonna pump this bad boy up to 2,600. See if we can't just get a fold around. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we get some hold-ons, but this time we have 3 people in the pot currently that had limped ahead of us. We have a big blind that's going to go ahead and call. We have one other limper call, so we were going to go 3 ways to a flop. And we're raising to represent. So we're representing big aces, big overpairs, things like that. So flop comes out an ace, because it often does. So comes out ace 3-2. We missed our hand. We totally smashed what we're trying to represent, though. So checks around to us. We're gonna continue out just like we have a big ace. We go out 6,000, and that's meaty enough to where only a big ace should be able to call here. And big aces aren't limping, let's be honest. So this gets through 95% of the time, and this is one of those times. So we get a fold from our first person, we get a snap fold from our second person, we get to scoop a nice little pot. Get creative like this, folks. This is how you pull down these little ones that you shouldn't win. All right, a little while later, here's an interesting one for you. So it's limped around to us. We got to mix it in. We can't always be bullying, so we mix in a flat call, limp in with 6-7 offsuit. Multi-way, there's a good chance of at least 1 or 2 callers if I was to try to bully it. So I just figured I'll just see a flop on this one, and we get a raise on our left to 2,000. So as it calls around to us, we've got now 1 caller, now 2 callers. I'll be the 3rd caller in closing action. I'd like to see a flop here. I can go 2,000 to see a flop here. So now there's 8,000 in the middle, 2,000 to win 8. That's great odds. Let's see flops. So it's going to come out a fairly big bang. We are flopping open-ended, folks. 5-8 comes open-ended. Checks around to us. Let's donk. Let's throw in a donk here for 3,000. I don't want this to check around. I want to get a little money in the middle, you know? And original raiser folds. And next person folds. And we have 1 person left to act. They think about it. You could tell the wheels are turning in their head on what they should do and whether they should raise. They at least want to see another card maybe, but ultimately fold. So this donk gets it through. Take down an 8,000 chip pot. Living cleanly. Chipping up. All right, a little while later. This is why I do what I do, folks. So this is a 6-8 offsuit. Like I said, you got to mix in the raises, you got to mix in the flats. We're gonna take the aggressive line on this one. We're gonna try to spice it up a little bit. Nothing too huge, just spicing it up. I believe I made it 22 there. We're gonna get a few callers. We're gonna get a little bit of action on this one, and you never know. You never know how much action you really want. I mean, 0, obviously. Fold. That's totally fine. 1 or 2 calls. I guess we can handle that, and we'll try to win post flop. So we got 2 callers. Let's see a flop, and it comes out a beautiful 6-8 deuce. And I don't know what to say here, except for loving it. And then we get donked out for 2,200. So, you know, where most people don't know what to do with a donk, I know what to do with a donk. We're going to do a min click. We're not going to let this stand. Let's go to 4,200 and see where he's really at. Sorry, 4,400. Um, snap call. So we got a call out here. Um, not loving that, but hey, he didn't raise us, so I think we're all right. Turns an ace. So ace six gets there. Ace eight gets there. We're blocking the sixes. We're blocking the eights. Uh, he leads off for 5K. So we're just gonna flat. We're gonna flat for 5K, and we're gonna reassess on the river. The river's a blank. Comes out a five. There's no flushes on the boards. Yeah, there's straights, but he doesn't have a straight. Let's be honest. It's either a set of twos or a big ace, and he leads out for 15,000 on this river. And honestly, I think he's overplaying an ace. It just feels like an overplay. And we're gonna flick in the call and see the very good news of ace king, and he is not gonna be impressed. So it's what he gets though. He flatted and then he flatted again pre-flop instead of taking the aggressive line with ace king and let a silly little hand like 6-8 take advantage of him. So nice pot. All right, a little while later we got 7-8 of hearts. What a pretty one. So we're closing action. We decide to mix in a check here and not raise the table. I'm just gonna mix that in, and not go crazy. So we get heavily rewarded on this one. Comes out 5-6 of hearts. I think let's just lead. We got to get some money in the middle, right? So we'll go 1,500 and get some music to our ears of a min raise to 3,000. So a lot of options here. We could raise ourselves. We could 3-bet large, and I do that sometimes. I think sometimes you have to take the aggressive stance, but we are sitting here with an open-ended straight flush draw, and I really don't want to go for stacks on a flop. So let's just play this a little slower and go for a call. So I think that's probably the most reasonable. I don't expect to bink this very often. I don't expect it. If a 10 of hearts comes out, he has a flush often. So it's just such a gross spot if it doesn't come a heart. So let's just see what comes on the turn and reassess. So the turn is a 4 of hearts. Bang the straight flush. The nuts. Unimpeachable nuts. We're going to check this over to him, and when he leads out for 3,000, I think that he has a flush more often than not. So I go ahead and do a min raise to 6,000. He's only calling here if he has a flush or the nut flush draw. Like, that's the only way I'm getting a call here, and he snap folds, unfortunately. So show the table off. Cool. Everybody's excited. Terrible minimum win with a straight flush, but hey, dragon chips. On to the next. I'm gonna let the original audio play on.
Raise 27, all in.
Good luck. 8,000, maybe 8,100, 8,000.
8,000.
Right, yeah. If we didn't hit that 8, yeah. Big draw.
Rebuy.
All right, here's a fun one, folks. So got a hand with our buddy Bjorn. He makes it 6K, and we look down at 7-8 diamonds. We could see one. We could peel one here. Um, so flop comes out, 2 hearts, all 3 low cards. We connect with a pair of 7s. Um, it could be a lot worse and it could be a lot better. So, Yarn's gonna lead out. He's gonna go flat 5K on a flop bet. Um, we have some value here, so let's go ahead and just see what we can do. We're gonna call. So, turn comes up, 3rd heart. Hate to see it. Also hits us more than it hits him. So we could always just say we have hearts, right? Yarn starts with a check here. It could be pot control, it could be trapping, and it could be just scared of hearts. And so we're gonna click out 7K to see which one of these it is. He takes a little bit of a beat and clicks in a call though. So that could mean he's got, an ace of hearts. And he's looking to see if he can't capitalize on that heart. Could be trap, could be a pair, over pair, something like that. We'll just reassess on the river. So the river comes out a board pairing 5. So now the board is paired. I have 2 pair. That's great, except for if he has an overpair or a flush. He checks it over to me again. So I feel like he's a little capped. And I want to put him to the test. And so I'm going to go 16,000 into the middle. See if we can't buy this one off of him. The answer to that is no. he says, "Do you have a full house here?" And then immediately calls with the nut flush. I just got trapped by my little buddy Bjorn. Good play, man. Well done. Oh well, on to the next. Kind of a fun short one. We'll let the audio speak for itself.
Then he gets all mad at Chubb, loses.
Yeah.
Slow play, my friend.
Looks like it's 6,000.
Yeah, why would that matter? Yeah, because if I had an ace there and you had a jack, then you get all my money. Instead, you got none of it. No!
And that's what he's hoping for to slow play. He's hoping that,
Check. What the hell was that?
You better put that one on.
in the blind.
Tell me how that works on small blind versus big blind. Come on. That's hilarious.
So jacks beat jacks, big blind versus small blind. That's wild. I looked at a 3-5 suited, not very long later. Let me tell you, not very long later. Going for 2. It's just a limp. Gets raised to 8K. I gotta tell you, I have a weak spot for these suited gappers. It's a weak spot in my game sometimes, but let me tell you, when they hit, and it just comes out 3-5. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Is this real? So, I check. My left leads for 10K. Get a call for 10K. I don't think I can let this stand. There's draws out there. I don't want to just see things unveil. So I'm going to go 35K into the middle. Let's get stacks in now. So my left thinks for just a little bit. Decides to take a stand on me. So it's a call with not much behind, or a jam or a fold here, and a jam is what it is. So left goes for a full-on jam. Other player gets out of the way, goes ahead and folds, and we are never folding or flop 2 pair. So it is jacks again against 2 pair. So what a gross start. And it just turns a 5 for the boat. And we are in gobs territory. So almost a full double up. What a good spot to be in. Loving it. Okay. A few hands later, we have a jam for not very much, about 14K. Look down at King 8 suited. I think I can call off with King 8 suited here. So we do decide to make a call. And we have a big blind call as well. So we are going three ways to this. There's still action on the side. Good luck to our all-in player over there. And it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out greasy. So it is a 4-6-7 flop. It's a rainbow. We have a gutter, overs, backdoor flush draw. So I mean, there's a lot to like. There's not a lot to bet for. It's a dry side pot. I'm not gonna go crazy on anything, but I am willing to call off when he goes small bet size here. So we do make a about $16,000 call. Turn king. So it is going to check over to me, and I am not trying to bloat this pot. I feel like I have the best hand now when check to, but let's check back. So river is a disgusting card. It's a 3, and so the straight gets there. If he has a 5, the straight is there. That's really the only thing I can put him on that beats me, though. When he checks the turn, I have a king. I think I have the best hand besides a possible straight, right? Well, he rips it all in, and it's not small. It's 80,000 roughly. You can see me counting out the call here. It is a meaty bite. But let me tell you, this guy's a little bluffy. He's an action player. I've seen him put in big moves before on me and other people. And honestly, this screams, I want you to fold. This does not scream, I'm trying to get your money. And so he's so polarized here. It take a while. I'm looking at him and thinking of what he could possibly have. And if he's got the 5, God bless him. And I got a call. And we scoop. We've got the king. He had literally nothing. He was hoping to prayer. The first all in didn't have anything either. Ace high. King's going to take a massive stack down. So that was a very consequential call. That was a huge call and was very pivotal in this tournament. So thinking through these spots, finding the right call or the right fold is so important in these spots. So taking a big one down. We're heading to break, kids. Next break, 320,000 or so chips on our stack. We are set up. We are in a good spot to build and take this thing down. So let's maintain. Let's not screw it off. Let's not dig it off. Keep it up. Okay, don't judge me for dicking some of it off. You can see my stack has dwindled. I missed in some spots. Okay. All right. Well, we're doing fine. We still very nice chip stack. All right, so we look down at Jack 8 suited, pretty hearts. Got him a right, raises to 16K. Figure the standard min raise. I'd like to see one because these stupid suited gappers have my heart. So we're gonna see a flop. Flop comes out Jack King 3-1 heart. So pretty good flop, all things considered. Middle pair, backdoor flush. We can do something here. So checks around to the original raiser who makes a 16K again to go. Repeat bet. It's usually a stab to see where everybody's at when it's a repeat sizing. So definitely going to at least call and see where we're at on future streets. So yeah, we're going to make a call. And it's going to go call behind me and then fold. So we're still 3 ways to a turn here. It's going to come out a pretty nice one. So it comes out a 6 of hearts. We now have true odds for the flush to come in. We still got a decent pair with a decent kicker. Boy, we've got a dream. So checks around to the aggressor, and he's not messing around this time. He goes 45 thousand into the middle. So we got some decisions to make. We still got a guy behind us to act. It's a dangerous spot for sure. But I think there's a good chance that I have the only hard draw. Like, who else is calling with the backdoor flush draw? Like, it seems weird to me that we'd be multi ways of flush draw. So if I hit my flush, I'm solid. And look, I'm in a little bit gambling mood today. Let's play for stacks. So make the call for 45,000. Guy behind me decides to bow out, so we are heads up to the river. And wouldn't you know it, my favorite dealer, Dana, lobs out the two of hearts. Nice work. Just gives it to me. So, original aggressor checks. And I think I've got to go a nice meaty sizing, but something that he can call still. I don't want to go jam. It's polarizing. I'd rather go something like mid 60s. So exactly where I did. 65,000. He didn't think for very long. Just took the allotted 5, 10, 15 seconds before flicking in a call and seeing the bad news. So I may have lost a little value there. I might have sized that up just a little bit if I had to do it again. But very nice pot coming my way. Get to get some of those chips back that I dicked off earlier. Okay, you're gonna notice my stack got significantly larger. We're over 500k now. I admit I did not hit the record button on the last hand. I had pocket threes. I did not believe on the flop. There was an ace high flop. Went check on the turn. The river was a bink 3, and I went 100,000 and got a snap call. So ace king called off and saw the bad news, and we now have a top tier stack. All right, welcome to the final table, kids. 9-handed and first hand. Look down at a very pretty ace king. So we're gonna bump this thing up under the gun. Let's make it 36,000. Okay. We are gonna get fold all the way until we get a jam. So light jam, one of the small stacks, snap call, and he has ace queen. So bad luck for him. It's gonna come all low cards and a king on the river, and we are gonna scoop this one and drag in, knock down to 8 folks left. And with this knockout, we are now in the chip lead. A couple people have nipping our heels, but we're well in the lead now. Nice job, nice spot. Okay, I lost a small flip. I didn't record, so I wrote that. Back on here with ace jack. We are going to raise on the button here. Ace jack's pretty dang nice hand. 8-handed, so we're gonna go up a standard raise, 50,000 at this point. It's nothing too crazy. Don't want to get out of hand, and we are gonna get one caller. Cards come out. It really doesn't matter, folks. It's gonna come out 3, 2, 7. I'm gonna go 65 on the flop to see where I'm at, and get a snap fold. So we're just dragging in chips again. Nice spot to be in.
What are you 60?
60,000 now.
Well, I was taking on Sean's big blind, to be fair. What? Yeah, you're right. I said 60. Yep.
All right. Go.
Good luck, man. Oh, perfect. That's a heart, though.
Yeah, it's a rough one. 200,000 chip loss on a lip. But nice hand, Sean. Nice hand. Run it up.
All in. Thank you.
Draw. Go ahead and show him. 4X's versus 5.
Keep clean there, Richie. Thank you. I guess I better just leave that until you're done.
400 to match this. Say 441. Yeah, then the 41,000. Not sure if you wanted that call or not.
I wasn't sure either. Turns out it did.
Needed that. We just knocked out another player. We're now up to almost 900,000 in chips. Let's go.
Isn't.
Raise 95.
That's right. 85. Is that right?
85.
Yeah. Math's hard. Math's hard. Yep.
I agree.
I check.
Heads up.
How much?
125.
All in? I go. Rough River for.
Money when I got it.
Yeah. I don't know. I better let the pros do it. I don't know.
All right, boys. We're heads up. Nice hand, Sean. He had river trip jacks even. How gross. Just flopped a set on him and Bob's your uncle. So nice run, Sean. Amazing player. Heads up. Let's do it. Well, sorry, spoiler alert. It got done in about 4 hands. We went back and forth a few times, folds, all-ins, folds, and then got all in with Queen 10. He jammed on me with a lesser queen and called it off with Queen 10, and she held. So nice win. Took home $3,500, the championship ring, picture on the wall for a month. 2 months, I guess, until the next Treasure Valley Actions Deep Stack. You guys should come down. It's an amazing event, and see if you can't get your picture on the wall. Thanks for watching. We'll definitely do this again. Thanks.